Okay, in this clip we'll be looking at the technical aspects, or at one of them, calculating the expected value for a project. So you can see there the information class example. Oil Co. Limited is in the business of extracting oil from the bottom of the ocean. The amount of profit that will be made depends on the quantity of oil deposits under the ocean floor, as well as the state of the global economy. There's a 50-50 chance of the global economy either recovering or dipping into another recession. So, by just reading that information, how many uncertainties are there? So first of all, the quantity of oil in the deposits under the ocean floor, that's uncertain. They don't know how much there is before they drill. And then also the state of the global economy, that's uncertain. It's either going to recover or dip into another recession. So two uncertainties. So for each of those, you'll need the probabilities in order to calculate the expected value. So the probabilities of the different quantities of oil that might be found, as well as the profits that can be earned under the different states of the economy, are as follows. So they give you the yield. So there we go. Then the probability of each one. So 50% probability of a small quantity of oil being found, 30% of moderate quantity, and 20% of a large quantity. So you must always make sure that it adds up to 100%. Then the profit under a recovery. Well, if there's a small quantity of oil and if the economy recovers, then they'll make a loss of 80,000 rand. If there's a recovery in the economy and a moderate quantity of oil is found, a profit of 20,000 will be made. And then the best case, a large quantity of oil and a recovery, 40,000 rand profit. Here on the right hand column, we have all the outcomes for a recession. A small quantity of oil and a recession, 100,000 rand loss. Moderate quantity of oil and a recession, 40,000 loss. And then a large quantity of oil and a recession, 180,000 rand profit. So now you must calculate the expected value. Okay, the problem is we have two uncertainties. There's the quantity of oil that's uncertain, and then the state of the economy that's uncertain. So how many different outcomes are there? It's not only three, represented by the quantity of oil. There's also the recovery or the recession, recovery or the dip into a recession of the economy. So three uncertainties for the quantity of oil, with two uncertainties for the economy. 3 times 2 is 6. So there's 6 possible scenarios or combinations of outcomes. So why 6? It could be a small quantity with recovery, small with recession. Moderate quantity with recovery, moderate with recession. Large quantity of oil and recovery, large quantity and recession. So 6 different outcomes. So in the solution you can see there listed small quantity of oil with a 50% chance of small being found. Then the recovery, also 50%. Then a small quantity of oil, it's still the same 50%. These two are the same. That's the probability of a small quantity of oil being found. And then a recession, which is also 50% likely. So these are the two possible outcomes for the economy. So in a case like this where there's multiple uncertainties, you have to calculate the joint probability. And that has to add up to 100%. So the joint probability of both a small quantity of oil and a recovery in the economy is 50% times 50%, which is 25% likely. Then the combination of a small quantity of oil and a recession is also 25% likely. So that one, that's 50 times 50. Then the combination of a moderate quantity of oil and a recovery is 30% multiplied by 50% is 15% likely. Then you go on calculating all the joint probabilities and you check that it adds up to 100%. If it does not, then you didn't include all the possibilities. If it adds up to 200%, then it means you just added up all the probabilities without multiplying it by each of the different uncertainties. So always make sure the joint probabilities add up to 100%. Thereafter, we can multiply the outcome of each of the 6 different combinations with the corresponding joint probability, and the sum of the outcomes will be our expected value. So we take the outcome of a small quantity of oil and a recovery in the economy, which is a 100,000 Rand loss, multiplied by the joint probability of 25%, which gives us our expected value. Please note the correction in the yellow block here, because recession and recovery was just swapped. So obviously the worst outcome is for recession and the better outcome is for the recovery. But the calculation remains the same. So again, outcome times joint probability, you sum all the products and you get the expected value of 10,000. So what does that mean for this Oil Co Limited? Well, if the expected value is positive, then they can go ahead and drill there. Remember, this is only if it's a repeatable exercise. So if they repeatedly drill in under the same circumstances with the same probabilities and possible outcomes, then over the long term, after multiple oil drills, the average of the actual outcomes will approximate this expected outcome or expected value of 10,000 Rand. But remember, this is not the actual outcome of the first drill. The actual outcome will either be a loss of 100,000, a loss of 80,000, a loss of 40,000, or a profit of 20, 180, or 40,000 Rand respectively. The 10,000 Rand is just the expected value, which is the average value over multiple repeats of the same type of investment. Now remember from the introduction, the expected value is just one tool we can use to make better decisions. It's not the tool to make the best decision. So it's just a more informed decision. Now remember, when you advise someone on the expected value, you can't ignore the possible outcomes and the risks involved. So here's a list of some things to consider. What is the best case scenario? So the best case scenario is obviously the 400,000 Rand profit. That will happen only if there's a large quantity of oil that's found and the economy recovers. So what is the probability of that combination at? Well, that's 10%. So that's not very likely. What is the worst case scenario? So the worst case scenario is a loss of 100,000 Rand. So that might be big or it might be a small loss for this specific company, but it depends on the company's information, whether they can sustain that loss or not. What is the probability of that happening? Well, the probability of a small quantity of oil and a recession is that 25% joint probability there. So it's quite a bit bigger than the best case scenario. Then you might also ask, well, what is the probability of breaking even? So we have to consider all the outcomes that's positive, because there they won't make losses, and then add up the joint probabilities. So that adds up to 35%. So there's a 35% chance of this company breaking even if they drill once. And then conversely, what is the probability of making a loss? Well, it's all the loss-making outcomes. You add up the joint probabilities, it's 65%. So roughly 2/3 chance of making a loss. That might be unfavorable odds, but remember, if they repeat this over and over and over and over again, the expected value will be 10,000, so the average will be 10,000. So you could also see it as if nothing else changes and the probability stay the same, or if we assume it does, then for every 10 times they drill here, roughly about 2/3 or 6 or 7 times they'll make a loss, but the other 3 times they'll make a profit, and over time the average will be positive. So they'll make up for it. Then you must also remember, what if the first few times are losses and the company can't sustain it? Well, then they'll go bankrupt. So that's also something to take into account. So you can see expected value is not a foolproof 100% accurate decision making tool. It just helps us make better informed decisions.